April 22nd, 5:21 a.m. Drown. I stood at the shore, staring out at an ocean. This was new, but somehow I'd seen this body of water before. Confused, I began to look for anything familiar. Then off in the distance, I saw you. You veered closer, slowly at first, then all at once you were there. A warmth overtook me. I'd felt this sensation before, but this time it felt different. I basked in it, let it completely envelop me. Then as suddenly as it had appeared, the warmth faded. I was cold, freezing almost. I heard a voice that wasn't my own. I couldn't make out the words, though. At that moment, I decided to instead listen with my heart, ignoring my mind. You have to jump. The warmth will return if you jump. The voice was yours, and it was beautiful, the sweetest sound ever to grace my ears. But I can't swim. I'll drown. Just jump. That warmth had meant everything to me, and I knew I needed to feel it again. So I walked into the ocean. As the water covered my feet, the warmth returned. I glanced back at you once more. Just jump. You'll be fine. I promise. That was all I needed. So I dove into the ocean, knowing I couldn't swim. As I began to sink, I held on to your words. They seemed to keep me afloat. I realized then that this ocean was love. I had no idea how, but I was floating and it was blissful. Then suddenly, I began to sink. What was this? It was disappointment. I struggled against the water, but that just made me sink faster. You stood at the shore, just watching. I'm drowning. Surely you'll save me, right? The longer I waited, the deeper I sank. All the while as you watched. I tried to call out for help, to no avail. No one could hear me. Continuing to sink, I wished for your help. No longer was the warmth comforting. It burned me. Somehow I had to get out of this ocean. Every time I thought I was out, you told me to go back. How could you want me to return to something so detrimental? You never gave me an explanation, and foolishly, I obeyed. It was becoming too much, though. It was as if weights had been tied to my feet. I had to get out or I'd drown. My mind took over. Instantly, I had the strength to stand, so I did. I looked down at the ocean, missing the warmth I once felt. You stood at the shore, shouting something out to me, but just like before, I couldn't make out the words. Slowly, I journeyed back to the shore. As I got closer, you began to speak again. My own thoughts drowned out what sounded like unpleasant noise now. I realized that I was the reason I was drowning. I had created this. You started walking away. I sat on the shore and sighed. I would have to wait for someone else to teach me how to swim. When they come, I'll swim miraculously, never again to drown.